Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But let me first give my disclaimer, y'all. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at the VIX. And as you can see, y'all, the VIX is finding support here at this 1347 area, which is interesting, right? We have a lot of support here. So back to the downside, where are the trouble places? If we should break under this level of 1345, we have the 20 EMA, the 50 EMA, and a previous support area here at 1337. So under this 1337 area, we can come back to 1331, and all of this here, I would say from the 1331 down to the 1326 area could be support range for the VIX. What's interesting is if we break this 1326, the ATR trailing stop is here is 1320, which is close to a 1319 area that we had already marked, right? So normally when the VIX is down, the SPY is up. That is normally, right? So back to the upside for the VIX. If by chance we get back above the 1354 area, we could possibly get rejected or have trouble around the 1362, and again at 1372, breaking the 1372, 1377. If we should break that 1377, 1392, and I'm going to say it would not surprise me to see us back at this $14 range, right, in my opinion. So let's go look at the SPY just to see where we are today. And y'all, what's interesting with the SPY is we have made new highs. That high of 1791 yesterday, it seems like we broke out of a channel that I had marked here, broke out of that only to make a new high. And as you can see, price, I'm going to see if I can make that a little bit bigger. Price has just been trading in this zone throughout ever since, right? So pre-market support is around 607.25. Resistance is around 607.52. As you can see, we're trading in this zone. Oh, I do it all the time, right? So as you can see, we are trading in this zone here, right? So I always say, where are the trouble places for the SPY? If we should break out of this area, you know, back to the upside, closing above the 607.52, we would need to make a new high and close above that. I would watch the 607.72, and again at this 607.91 area. You know, can we continue climbing? We very well can. And please don't think that because we are making new highs, we cannot continue going higher. In the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. I say that often, right? So where the trouble places to the downside or support areas under for the SPY, under the 607.27 area, we can very well come back to 607. Under the 607, we see here at 606.80, I had the 606.80 area, 606.79 area mark. I will watch that area under that 606.55. Under the 606.55, we can come back to the 606.20. Under that 605.92, breaking that level 605.54. Under the 605.54, 604.99. Not 93, 604.93, and if we should break that 604.64 and breaking that, we have a lot of, you know, few layers of support here that's really close to this 200 EMA. So I'm going to say the 604.15 area, I would definitely watch between the 604.32 and the 604.15 for support for the SPY. Keep in mind we have initial jobless claims coming out today, so anything is possible in the market that could very well move the market. So if you trade the SPY today, I would definitely watch those areas. As you can see, we keep getting, you know, trading in this zone here. Again, it would not surprise me based on the, you know, the new high from yesterday to see us back at the 604 area to find support and go back to the upside, right? But again, trade what you see, right? So let's look at Tesla today just to see where we are. Tesla closed at 357.93. We're already up pre-market at 360.50 as the high, which is interesting, right? So as of Tesla is climbing 360.69. It is moving now. It's broken out of this zone here. We had the 359.63 and then the 360.01 as a resistance area. We have broken through that area. What's interesting is this area that Tesla has been trading in this zone, in this place, and then it came up and created a zone here, or a gathering spot, as I like to say, right? So what I like to do is try to mark those areas, because at some point price is going to come back to this zone here and this zone here. Price is going to come back to this area at some point. Let me see if I can Yes. So I would say trade carefully if you trade Tesla today. Now, can we continue making higher highs or moving higher? We very well can. I would say Tesla does what it does. Let me say that. So trouble places to the downside for Tesla under 359.63. We can find support here at 358.48. Again at 357.99. Under that level, we can find support 357.11 and 356.41. That is our zone here, which is right where our 50 EMA is, right? So under this 356.41 area, I would watch Tesla back down here at 355.01, and under that 353.41, breaking that level. Let's see, 351.88, which is close to the 200 EMA as of now at the 351.68. So if you trade Tesla, I would definitely watch those areas, remembering that 360.69 is our pre-market high thus far. You know, that was our resistance area. We tested that once only to get rejected. We can come back and still find support here and bounce back to the upside. So right now, watching Tesla at that 359.26 as a support area to move back to the upside. So again, anything is possible, y'all. I say that so often because the market does what it does, right? So it's important to learn the charts and trade what you see. So let's look at AMD. AMD closed today at 143.99, and immediately it's like my eye goes to this gathering spot that we have here. Here, price was gathered in this area, this zone, only to move to this area. So as of now, where are the trouble places for AMD? Tried to test this high here was 143.90. We made a high here. We didn't make this 144. So as of right now, the 144 will be a resistance area for us. Breaking that 144, 144.58, and breaking that 144.58, we could very well have trouble around 145.51. If we break the 145.51 for AMD, we could have trouble again at 146.19. So if you trade AMD, those are resistance areas or places to the upside that I would definitely watch, or be careful in those areas. Now to the downside, under 143.44, we could very well come back to 143.31. Under that level, 143.03, and breaking that 142.77 is going to be where the ATR trailing stop is as of now. So breaking that 143.77, we could very well come back to the 142.23. So if you trade AMD, I would definitely watch those areas for support and resistance today. Again, I say it, y'all, once it goes against your why, get out and live to trade another day. We are now looking at NVDA. NVDA closed at 145.14. Immediately, this is our gathering spot here. It looks like we came up to create another place here. If you can see, price was in this area. So as of right now, the support area is at 145.02 area. Resistance is around the 145.39. Breaking that 145.39 back to the upside, we could possibly have trouble at 145.80. If we break the 145.80, 146.24, 146.49, 146.89 could be a trouble place, and again at 147.33. Those are places to the upside that I will watch for NVIDIA. Now to the downside, under 144.65, we could possibly find support at 144.08. Breaking that level, we can come back to the 143.32 area, and if we should break that, 142.87, 142.42, and if we should break that, 142.08. There's a lot of support for NVIDIA at that 142.08 all the way down to the 141.42. So breaking under that 141.42 area, we could very well find support at the 141.15 or 141.16, which is not far from our previous area that we had marked here at 140.92. So those are places for NVIDIA to the upside and to the downside, y'all, that I would definitely watch. Just, you know, the market is different, let me say that, and just keep in mind what goes up eventually comes down. You don't want to be caught on the wrong side of your trade. Apple too is trading. We're now looking at Apple. Apple closed at 243.01. We are trading in this gathering spot, and I'm going to mark that because if you look here, price is just gathered in this area. Again, this is the 30-minute chart. So as of now, Apple is trading in a very tight zone. As of now, this is the zone that we're trading in. Support is around the 242.96. Resistance is around 243.24. Now, if we should break this level of to the upside, 243.24, we could very well have trouble again, let's say around the 243.46, and then again here at 243.59. Breaking the 243.59 for Apple, we could possibly have trouble here at 243.87, and I'm just going to the high of these candles because something stopped us out in this area, and that's at the 243.87. Breaking that level, we can have trouble around 241.11, which is this high of this candle. Again, I like to zoom out to the left just to see, where price stopped at before. Now for Apple, back to the downside, if we should break under 242.96, we could very well, I'm going to say back down to the 242.46 area. Kind of puts us back in this zone. 242.40 area, 242.46, yes, in this zone here. I'm going to get that off because that, yes, so it puts us back in this zone here as support for Apple, as at that place. If we should break the 242.96, we could very well come back and find support around the 242.40 area, and breaking that, we can come and find support at 241.64, 241.25, and if we should lose that, we can come back to the 240.21. Now if you trade Apple today, it is just doing what it does. I was going to say it's an inside day candle because we do have a couple of those, but Apple, yeah, trade carefully. And so trade carefully. So BG is an inside day candle, right? So that's what was on my mind when I was looking at Apple. So BG is an inside day candle. I normally give the trigger to that above 88.09, gives us an upside target of 89.79. To the downside under 86.22 gives us a downside target of 85.05. And let's see how much BG normally moves per day. The ATR for BG is $2.23. So if you trade that today, it is an inside day candle. Blink is also an inside day candle, BLNK. It normally moves about 9 cents per day, which is not a big mover, right? So let's see what the trigger to the upside, which looks like we've already made that target to the upside. Above 51.59 gave us a target of 51.60, and under 50. Did I say 51? Let me rephrase that. Above $1.59 gave us a target of $1.60. I do apologize for that. Under $1.55 gives us $1.53, and that's for Blink, BLNK. Don't know where that big number came from, y'all, but I do apologize for that. So we're now looking at Citigroup. It is an inside day candle, and let's see. It's taking a little bit longer for my charts to load. I do apologize for that. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties with this. So we do know that Citigroup is an inside day candle. I would definitely watch that. For some reason my charts are not loading, and I do apologize. We've been having internet connection issues. I'm going to go back to the SPY just to see if I can see that. Y'all know, look, I raw and uncut today, right? So we're just trying to see what we can see with these charts today. And again, I would watch the SPY at this level, 607.27. So I would normally set my alert under that level to let me know that we have broken through a level of support or a level of resistance. And I'm going to set my high above this level around 607.66. If we should break that level, then we have broken through a key a layer of resistance, a level of resistance. Yeah, so yeah, y'all, again, I do these videos because this is what I see in the market. Again, there's so many different ways to trade the market, and yeah, what's interesting is, the challenge is trying to find what works best for you and coming up with your strategy, and not trading like someone, but cultivating it and making it work for you. So look, if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, because we learn and we grow together. I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very, very productive day today, y'all. So until next time, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.